Hello, our artist today is Mrs. Robin Tate, and we will be starting our watercolor series here. And she will be painting a beautiful spring floral portrait for you all. So, Robin will walk you through the steps as she goes. This is a beginning painting, so she will walk you through all the steps.
All right. Well, good morning. It's probably morning where you are. And we want to start off with this. You have three paintbrushes. The round paintbrush, which is what we'll be predominantly using, is pink. The filbert paintbrush is green. It has the green, I guess, rubber bands on it or some kind of tie or something. And the liner, which is your thinnest one, is purple. I want to show you how to mix your colors. For those who are not familiar, because of course there's always somebody that is familiar, but for those who are not, we're gonna get our spoon. You should have a spoon. If you don't have a spoon, you better run in the kitchen because you're gonna need a spoon. You need something to dip. If you pour it, you probably make a mess. So you take your spoon, for example, and you fill your pocket, okay? Then when you fill your pocket, you get your color. For example, say if we're using beige. Let me clean this so I can demonstrate more thoroughly for you. Okay, so here's your water in your pocket, right? And you go to your beige. And we're not going to be using the beige today. This is just a demonstration. Okay, so you go once, twice. We want to darken that color. 3 times, 4 times. Now, the more you dip, the darker your color is going to be. So if you want it more pastel, but when you're talking about a beige or a yellow, these are more translucent colors. They won't show up. So you have to do it, let's say, we'll do it 6. Okay? Now, this is important. When you use a color and you want to transfer to another color, you got to clean that brush. Dip it in your water. You need to. Y'all should have your water. Do y'all have your water? I hope y'all got your water, okay? Because y'all gonna need it. You dip it in. That's the dirty water, as you can see. Then you go to the clean water, because this is watercolor. It's not like acrylic paint, Bam, boom, it's clean. You should be happy. So, here we go. These are the colors you'll be using. Let's start with our deep yellow. Put your water in, okay? Think and talk, that's the peanut gallery. Put your water in, then go to your yellow. I have mine mixed already, but I'll demonstrate. 1, let's do the 6, okay? Then dip it in there. 2, dip it in that water. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Just dip it in, keep going. Okay. Now let's go to our next color. On our, I don't know, our paint thingy madoogie, I don't know. You'll see your orange. So it's your second orange. We don't want that red orange. Well, I don't want that red orange. I don't know what you want. And you can be as creative as you need to be. This is just an example of the colors that I'm going to be using. So let's put the water in, right? And then let's go to that orange. It's more of a yellowish orange. More of a primary-ish. Even though I don't think orange is a primary color, but hey, that's enough for that. So here we go. You dip it, right? Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna do it 6 times, like we did with the deep yellow, okay? We're gonna go to our next color, which is, and I'm talking kind of slow in case you're still stirring that orange up. Our next color is the purple. Now on your paint board, that's what I'm gonna call it, your paint board of many colors, it's the purple, it's that purple right there on the edge. So you put your water in, right? Water, okay. And now you're dipping. And the good thing about this is, in case you guys had to run and get your water, y'all can always come back to this video, right? So don't stress over it. This is a time of fun and relaxation, not a time to be stressing out. So we got enough of that going on. So here we go. You got your water, your purple paint. Dip it. Let's do it 6 times, okay? Then if you want it darker, dip it 7. Don't dip it 8. You playing with fate. Don't dip it 8. Okay. Sorry. Anyway. Dip it. Okay, next. There are blues. In the blue line, there are 2 blues that I really, really, really like. That's this blue on the edge. So put water in one of these and then dip that 6 times. And then there's the periwinkle. But let's go to this blue first. I guess you would call it like a sky blue. So you dip, do it the 6 times, and you don't have to go slow. You don't want to make a mess though. Nobody wants a mess. And I see I forgot that red. I'm gonna come back to that pinkish color thing you do, really pretty. Okay, now let's do the periwinkle, which is the one right on the edge. Okay, right on the edge. So you already know the deal. Get your water, get your color. Come on, let's move it around, ladies. Move it around. 6 times. Bam, 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 bam. 6 times. Okay, let's go back up to this one, which is like a pinkish, reddish. I don't know what you would call it. You know what color you would call it? Okay, we'll call it pretty. So get the water in the get that color pretty. That's this one right here on it. It doesn't look like it, but it is. When you put it in the water, that's what's going to come up. So let's do that one. It's right here on the edge, right under this fluorescent pink. Okay, so it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one down. Okay, and let's get it. Let's go. 6 times. And repetitious. That puts that groove in the brain, and you know what you're doing, as opposed to like, what is this? Okay, now, having said that, we want to go to this blue, which is vibrant and really beautiful. It's the one right on the edge. Okay, so let's do it 6 times. And I know this is taking time, but this is part of the process. You got to get your colors, and it's slow, but it'll be worth it. Just like $1 million. It might be slow to get it, but when you get it, hey now. All right, so let's go. All right, 6 times. All right, now let's go to the brown. Brown is all the way over here to the edge. This is a deep dark brown, which is good for your stems. Okay, so you know the process. 6 times. Okay, and then 2 down from the brown is the green. So put your water in and do the green. And let me say this while you're doing your dips 6 times. Whenever you get a color to paint, for example, let's say we're using the green, stir it. Every time you use it, stir it, because the pigment is going to go to the bottom and the water is going to rise to the top. The pigment is going to go to the bottom and the water is going to rise to the top. So even though you're looking at it and it's like, okay, but I see the brown, when you transfer it to the paper, you're going to have water on there. So you have to stir it. So it's worth it. It's worth the effort. Okay. Now hopefully we're ready to get the ball rolling. I want you to pan over to the picture, please. You're going to see in each of these pictures yellow, right? So yellow is very primary in this. It's very important in here. Even in the little, yikes, I forgot, aster flowers. You see that little, oh, oops, I put orange dots in that one. Anyway, hey, originally it was yellow, but it's not orange now. But having said all of that, you see yellow, right? So that's our base. So let's get this party started. Okay, let's wet the brain. You should have a napkin, a tissue, toilet paper, whatever. Okay, that is of the utmost importance. Put it near your water or your paints, because you don't want to transfer. If it's over here and you have to go over here, you might get some splatters on here. So put it close to the paints. Okay. So we're here, I'm stirring, dab. Why are you dabbing? So you don't get a big old pool of yellow and then it's bleeding all over the place. Okay? So here, just make a circle. It doesn't have to be a good circle, just any kind of way you make a circle. And we are, excuse me, I didn't mention we're using the round, which is your biggest brush, right? This is a 6 round. You might have a 4 round. I don't know what your round is. There's a number on it. It doesn't matter. Just.
It's the pink one? The pink tab, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
It is the pink one.
Okay.
Let's say a third of the way down. Make a circle. Right? Now you'll see a little pool. That's okay. This is watercolor. It's going to dry in a hot minute. It's not going to take long. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Now let's clean that. Right? Go to your water source. And then let's do brown. We're not waiting for it to dry. You can, but I'm not. So, hey, whatever works for you. Let's see how this works, because ordinarily, let's not do brown with this, because this is a big brush. Let's do brown with the liner, which is the purple. Okay, that's your finished brush. Yeah, let's just go to the brown. Yeah, change the brush. I'll give you a second. Thank you for saying that. We're changing the brush right now to your liner. Okay? Let's make some dots around. Show them the picture. And then come back to me. You're going to see the little bitty dots, which is the stamen in a flower. I'm fancy, I know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm just giving it a little time to dry, but here we go. Now, I need to say this. If your brown bleeds into your yellow, that's okay. I like when that happens because it gives it a more natural look, but of course you don't want your yellow to be completely brown. So here we go, okay? I'm going on the outskirts. I'm just making little dots. And if you want to, you can wait till you complete your flower. If you don't want it to bleed, you can wait till you complete your flower. We're going to do a second row. And then put the brown in. Oh boy, it don't look this nice when I do this at home. All right. Yeah. Right? So you give that a little time, and then eventually when it dries, let's see. See how I like that. That's because it's wet. Now, if yours has dried already, it's not going to bleed like that. But having said that, we're going to put that down, and we're going to go back to the pink brush, the one that has the pink rubber band on it. Okay. I've already cleaned it. What color are we going to use for this? Let's go to, bam. Let's go to that purple. Okay? We're going to that purple. Remember to mix it. That's important. Okay? And don't mix it too long, because what this big thing is doing, the tip is sucking up that water. We don't want too much water. So now I need to say, you cannot go wrong with this. You cannot go wrong with this. So what you're going to do, see there's some water on the on here, and that water will bleed down and make a puddle. So we want to get that off. You can't do anything wrong. Don't be nervous about this. This is fun. So here we go. I'm just going to go here. See, that's a lot of water. Let's get some of that excess water off there. Okay, now if you come way down into the brown, it'll bleed into it, and that's okay. See, it just did. I don't know if you can see that. Now what I like to do is turn the paper as I'm painting. And remember I said, there's no wrong way to do this. So however your petals turn out, you know, you want it to look somewhat similar to what I'm doing, but it doesn't have to be exact. Now you have to go back into your paint because the color will lighten up because you're using up the pigment. And it's okay if there are contrasting colors. And you might want to leave some white. That just leaves definition to your flower. And this is easy, as you can see. And we don't want you to stress over it. We just want you to have fun. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nobody wants those dots in there, but hey, they're there now. Okay. You don't have to do as many petals. You know, you might want bigger petals. You might want smaller petals. That's on you. Nothing wrong with it. And see, it's your first flower, which is pretty good. Can you ladies see that? Can you see it, Mommy?
Pretty.
Okay, let's do another one in the same color. What we're going to do is show you how to angle. Nothing hard to it. Clean that brush. We want to do the yellow paint again. Stir it. Okay. Get that excess paint off. Let's put it about, let's put it about here. You're doing the yellow, right? I'm not going to do the brown dots. Put that in later. Use the same color purple. And see how you angle it is when you have your top flowers larger than your bottom flowers. So it looks like it's tilting. It's supposed to look like it's tilting. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. Okay, so we have 3 bigger, and now we're going to do 3 smaller. And they don't have to be tiny, but just not as pronounced as the others. And that's what they call angling. Okay, let me see, try to hold this up. Yeah, it's dry enough. Okay. If you find your colors are too dark, when you dip it in, then dip it in some water. Or let's reverse that. Dip it in some water and then dip it in the color. Okay, let's move on back to the yellow. Can I move on, ladies, or am I speeding you? Don't move on. Okay. I've been doing this a little longer, like a week longer than y'all, so. Are your colors too dark, or are your colors spot on, or how do you feel about it?
It's watery to me. Mine is watery.
Mine's dark. Did you got some little black specks in there in your flower?
See, I don't have the same paint you have, so stir it. Stir it.
It was the brown one, Jen.
The stirring will dissolve. Okay, let's.
Because it's at the bottom.
You make the petal shorter at the bottom?
Yes. I'll hold it up for you.
Oh, oh.
Can you tell the difference?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Mommy?
I'm messing up.
It's our first try.
And it's good to have other people here and it's their first try because then I know to slow down. These are our students who will one day make millions off of their paintings. We're expecting great things from them.
Yes, okay.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on to another flower. So let's do the yellow. Mix it up, remember. Let some of that water come off. And let's put it here. Okay. If you find out you put in, like I said, there's too much yellow, then you can blot it. You don't want to blot it with your finger. Blot it with tissue. I should give a complete sentence, right? Okay. Get the excess water off of your handle because, like I said, it will bleed into it. Let's see, what color? Let's use blue.
The bright
one. Which one you want, Tima? The bright blue. Okay, hit the bright blue. Wait, when you say bright, do you mean light or do you mean dark? Okay. Okay, let's do the darker blue. Right here. More vibrant. Okay, okay.
Yes, vibrant.
Let's see, what are we gonna do? Let's try this. Let's do something with a point to it. So you go here. Oh, see, it bled into it, but I like that. Oh, it gives it a green, right? Blue and yellow make green. And let's go here and then fill it in. And let's go next to it, here, here, and fill it in. Now, Tima, are y'all getting this? How to do it?
Yeah.
You can see it from there?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hold it up because it'll bleed.
Yeah.
Can you help Mommy? Because I don't know if Mommy can see.
She got it. She's getting it.
You can't mess up. It's painting. It's creative. It's not supposed to look like mine. And right. The perfection is when it's finished. That's when you'll be like, oh, and you might look at yours. You might be like me. I look at my work and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to show this to anybody. And then other people say, oh, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. So people that are artists don't necessarily appreciate their own stuff, but other people do. It's like, in any profession, even people that are cooks, they might say, oh, it's burnt or it's ugly or it doesn't taste right. And somebody's like, oh my goodness, this is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Now, if it's burnt, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. If it's burnt, ain't nobody gonna lie to you. It's nasty. But I think you get the gist of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you call these flowers. I know they're creative, but we just painting. And like, if you see with the way I'm painting and I'm leaving spaces, that leaves definition. It's like it brings a shine to it. It's emulating that there's a shine to it, like if it was in the backyard, I guess. Okay. Sister's getting a little confused over here. Now you see, Tima, it's vibrant, right? But it's not vibrant on paper.
It's not, yeah.
But of course, it would be darker than the other one.
Right, right.
And while y'all are finishing that, I'm gonna do another one. We're gonna notice that this is not gonna turn out to be the same thing as that. It's, you know, it's just using creativity. This is just a format to me to follow to see, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my yellow because I'm going to do another flower. Let's duplicate that flower. Oh. Okay. Let's go about here on the side of the purple. Okay, now I don't have enough yellow. I blotted too long. And now I have too much, but that's okay. We're gonna deal with it. It's going to dry in a hot second. Okay. Now here's something you could do, like when a flower is close to another flower that you're painting, you don't want to paint over it, so I'll give you an idea. Let's make this a long, oh, I love that. Well, it's not, basically what I was trying to say is you get to the tip of it, because the petal's not long enough, but you get to the tip of it and, you know, you just partially put the petal as opposed to a whole petal.
What color did you do that one, Robin?
Same color?
The blue.
Yes, ma'am. And sometimes when you do your, okay, this is an example. You just go to the tip of it without touching it. The other flower, that is.
It's the same kind of flower, right?
Yes. Now, with your other flowers being dry, you can put your arm on that flower. It's not going to, but make sure it's dry. It's not going to, you know, destroy anything or mess up in any kind of way. There we go. And later on, if you want to, you can take your yellow, like where there's the white space. If you don't want that white space by the stamen, you can just fill it in with some more yellow. You can't make any mistakes with this, so don't stress. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. It's not like it's burnt bread. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, let's get a picture of this, please. Let's try and do some cone flowers. These are cone flowers, like echinacea or some other kind of cone flower, because the only name I can think of is echinacea, but hey. So this is your cone. Like we have a half yellow, and the flower is just coming down. The petals are just coming down. Okay, let's try that. And let's go for our orange, but first we have to do our yellow, okay? Yeah, I cleaned that, okay. Or did I? Did I? Yeah, I did, okay. Stir it, stir it, stir it, ladies, stir it. Now we're doing half circle, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I need to see that because I know you can't see everything I'm doing.
Where are you putting that one at? The next one at?
That's a good question, Tima. Let's put it under the blue. Yeah, let's put it under that. So it's a half circle. And we're going to do 3. So position, say 1, and then 1 a little below it. Let's say a few inches below it. And then 1, Let's just work with these 2 right now, and then we'll position the other one, because it's going to be kind of hard for me to articulate to you. I ain't trying to have y'all running up on Dawn later saying, that lady messed this pictures up. Look at this. Don't call her again. Nobody wants that. Okay, let's go into our orange. Stir it. Remember to stir it because the pigments have gone to the bottom. And by the way, this is a plug for Michaels, and believe me, they're not giving me anything for this. But these sets came from Michaels, and they're just, they're beginner sets, so they cost like around $6. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, they're having the buy one, get one half price. So if you got like $9, you can get the hookup. Okay, here we go. You want, show them that picture again, please. Let's try that one, right? So you see it's almost like long legs like an octopus, right? So let's try that. Let's try this one. So you're coming down. Oh boy, that's really long. Okay. You're coming down. It's thin, right? And then you're coming down, and then you color it. Coming down. And you want some curve to it, right? Coming down. Yeah. Okay. Coming down. They don't have to be all the same length. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for beautification. And now on the side is thinner. So you come on the side and you curve it. Okay? Come on this side and you curve it. Okay? There you go. Let's do that second one. Let's see what we get.
Oh. You do the same thing for the other one?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's do a third one. So we have to wash this again and get the yellow. Stir it. That's a lot. Okay, that's gonna bleed. Here we go. Wash it. Wash the brush. Let's go back to that orange. Stir it. You hungry, huh? Okay, there you go. Now later on we can add the accents of the brown dots. But I like that. I want to do some more cone flowers, only a little more stubbier, and I think I will. Where will I put them? Hmm. Let's let's not do that for right now. Let's go into our asters, and that would be these flowers. Okay, and we're gonna go into, see here they are making a trail. We're gonna go into our periwinkle purple or blue, I don't know. It's a mixture of the two colors. Okay, and this is so easy. So here you go. But you don't want it to touch. It will touch in certain spots, but you want a middle with no purple.
Oh, so like
Let me show you. The strokes are just like this. The little strokes
going towards the.
going towards the middle, or it can go towards the middle, or it can go away from the middle.
There's something around it. I mean, yeah. Let's see if this is right.
And sometimes it's just half. It's not a completed circle, and that's okay.
Okay.
They're like little starbursts.
Mix it up.
Just place them inadvertently. It's not you know, a said place to place them. You want them close enough to each other per se, but they don't have to be on top of each other.
Oh, so we just.
Let's go to the top of the picture up here, and let's put some more. I'm turning this around because that's gonna make it more convenient for me, more convenient for you too. See, that's a lot of water, but that's okay. And since some water splashed over here, hey, I ain't gonna let it crack my cookies. You just put, one over there. We're gonna have it trail anyway, so. And sometimes you won't have empty middle. Hey, such is life. Move forward. Okay. Here. Let's put some over here on the side. And I think I'll do one more. Okay. Let's get some more color up in here. Let's because we got asters, we got that. Let's do Oh, okay. Let's do this color. Let's do this color. Okay, let's do another coneflower. Stir it up. Okay. Okay. I have too much water in here, so I'm gonna just let the towel soak it up.
Another one of yellowish flowers.
Yeah. The orange one?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I knew that's what you meant. But we're gonna use the color. We're not gonna use the orange.
Okay.
We're going to use the reddish, like a reddish, pinkish. I don't know how to describe it. Raspberry. Thank you. Got a little excited. We're gonna use the raspberry color. These are going to be shorter than the other cone flowers and more plump. So having said that, I need to make my stamen bigger because that's a tiny stamen. That's thanks, sis. That's what sisters are for. Well, other things too, but hey. See, we're just blotting off that excess water. And let's see. Let's go here. And let's go to that raspberry color. And that's a good name for it because it does look like raspberry. Let's stir it up. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking at what I got over there. Let's do a third one. Because I like the color. And not that it's all about me, but I'm just saying I like the color. Hey. Okay, let's put it on top. On top, on bottom. Let's put it on top. Let's fill this space in. There goes. That thing is so heavy on there because the water is dripping down. Okay. Okay. So we got coneflowers, and we got other flowers, and we got asters, and I said other flowers because I don't know the name of them, but they're pretty. Okay, let's, seems like we should add another color. Let's, okay, let's get the yellow back involved. Let's go about here. Okay. What do I want to do, Lord? What do I want to do? I just want to do one, I think. Let's get this light powder blue. Let's see what color comes up with this. Let's see. Okay, that's really light. Let's show you this. Just take it and put your brush down. And it might bleed into the yellow, that's okay. Because we're not trying to be perfectionistic, we're just trying to have beautiful painting. Can you see how I'm doing that, Tima?
Mm-hmm.
Just laying, okay. Oh, yeah, that could be a problem sometimes. And move it around. You know, you don't have to stretch yourself out of sorts. Move it. You're the human. You're the human. It's not controlling you. You're controlling it. And we have so little control over things, you know. But we can control this paper. What? It can't jump up and hit nobody. Okay, that just looks like a little pinwheel. Okay, let's start on we're gonna come back to that flower because I'm gonna make it multiple leaves where there's the vacant spaces per se. But right now, since it's not dry, we're gonna go into our brown. Go into your brown, and we're gonna make the little dots, the little stamen. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The first place I want to go is, what do you call these? Cone flowers, right? So, I don't want it to be too much. Just little dots to just cover the whole thing. Position it any way. You can't go wrong unless you just don't do it. Hey now. Stir the brown. Always remember to stir your colors, and then dab your tissue. Okay. Now with the other cone flowers, we don't want to do the same thing. We do want to put this on, but we just want to do like a couple of rows at the bottom.
So now we go to the skinny first.
Go to the skinny first. See?
Okay.
Okay. So that's the two. And it's different. Let's go to the purple and the blue flowers and just add some brown around. You can do a little brown around. You can do a lot brown around. I'm gonna turn this around so I don't get on those cone flowers. I'm gonna put a lot on here because I have a lot of white space. And what I noticed earlier is if you do it after it dries, it actually looks like the stamen is sitting up on top of the flower. If yours doesn't look like that, sorry, but that's how mine looks. Yeah. Stir the brown. Go to a place on your paper that's dry so it can soak up the when you're putting the paint down. And you don't want it to look mechanical, so like it's a circle, like it's a row here and it's a row there. Just put them on there, just in your place. And it's almost like I heard somebody say, but yours look like it's in a row. No, it doesn't. It's in your head. No, it doesn't. This one does, yes, that one does. But I'm getting better as we go along by the grace of God. Okay. Oh, let's see, is that dry? No. Okay. We're going to go to our green because, you got it?
I think so.
You know what? While I'm here, let me just do some what is brown. Okay. Let's use that same brush we just used with the brown, and we're gonna how you say, link these asters together. Your asters are the ones with the periwinkle color. Okay, we're gonna link them. Let's see, what color is it linked with there? It's linked with the green over there. So yeah, can you show them that? See how we have it linked? Don't put straight lines. Curve your lines, okay? Curve them. Any way you want to curve them. I mean, you can follow me. You don't have to. Curve the lines. Curve the line. It's like a vine. A vine isn't straight, generally speaking. Because some vines might be straight, but yeah, let's curve it. So we're going to use our green. Stir the green. If you want to darken your green, it's like, oh, I don't like that. That's kind of light. You can add a little of the brown to it. Matter of fact, nope, I'm not going to do that because if I do that, then it's going to mess up the other stuff. Okay. What do I want to do? Okay, let's not do the asters right now. When I do the asters, I want my green a little darker. So I'm going to add brown, but not right now. Let's just do some Stems, that's what you call it. Let's add some stems. So, like for example, say here, and you have to press lightly, because if you don't, you're going to, let's get an example. You have to like use this thing so light, okay, like it's only hardly touching, excuse me, getting the water off, hardly touching, like that, I'm not touching. See, that's a thin line. But if you don't, you're gonna get this. Now, if you want that, ain't no sin in it, do that. That might be easier. That's easier for me. But I have learned if you want the line thin, then you hardly touch. But you move fast too, as much as you can. See, it's not touching. And you might get spaces like that. That's okay. But know the direction you want to go in. Do you want to go here? You want to go here? You want to go here? How do you want to do it? Put in your mind what you want to do. You don't have to do what I do, because you might not think mine looks nice. You might think yours looks nice, or you might think mine is nice. It doesn't matter, but do what you want to do. If you want a thicker thin, you can't have a thicker thin because that's dichotomous. It doesn't make sense. If you want a thicker stem, then lay it flat and pull it down. I'll show you. Lay it flat, pull it down, thicker, okay? Thinner, you're just using your tip, just your tip, and you're moving, okay? Just your tip. So, the choice is yours. I'm gonna try for thin. Keyword is try for. Here we go. Let's see what we get. I'm gonna attempt to bring my stems into congruence with each other. So I'm going to bring this here, try to bring this here, try to bring this here. If I don't get that, I'm not going to stress over it because it's going to look nice anyway. I'm choosing for it to look nice regardless to what I put down here. Okay. Okay, all right. But you have to move fast when you're doing thin. Okay, and let's see if we can attach it. There we go. All right, so that's 3 stems. Okay, that's dry. We'll get back to that. Let's do some stems with our bigger flowers. And sometimes when you're doing stems, I'm just checking to see if this is dry because I don't want to position wrong. Sometimes when you're doing stems, you can go here. Now you see all of this is in a way, right? You don't want to go over it. And so that's where you go like this. Oh boy, I'm getting nervous. Okay, that's when you go like this. I went on it. Okay, but hey, it shouldn't have been in the way. And then you come like that. So it's as though that is connected with that. You don't like that? Hey, sorry. And then, let's see. Let's connect. No, let's not connect. Let's connect these, right? So you go here. You stop there. I move slow, so it's a little squiggly. But that's okay. Here. Here. Okay? Let's see. Okay, let's connect that with that. Because they're the same color, same type. So let's come here. And it doesn't have to touch. It can. It doesn't have to. Okay, that's enough of that. Well, we're going to have to eventually do this. So let's do this right now. This is just a loner. Let's give it, let's just bring it down. What do we want to do? We want to do leaves. Okay? So you can do a leaf like this. Okay? You can color it all in, you don't have to. You can get one on the other side. Okay? I didn't hear you say okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Now I was talking to the audience. I wasn't Okay. We have this vacant space here. Let's put a leaf in there. So it looked like, hey, she looked like she knows what she's doing. See, like I said, you can't go wrong. You put it to your advantage. It's like, oh, that looks spooty. It don't look spooty. You just make up something, who knows? Nobody knows what's in your head. Nobody knows what you're thinking. And when you finish, they'll be like, oh, man, you're like another Bob Ross. I'm going to come over here because that's wet, so I'm going to come over here. Now, let's get creative. So let's do a lot of little ones. Here, see that's little? And we're going to do it on all of these, okay? And the color will fade, of course, the pigment, and that's okay. They don't all have to be the same exact color. Some are darker, some are lighter. That's just like a family. If you're a person of color, you got all the colors of the spectrum. The more kids you got, the more colors you got. So at least that's with my children.
That's it with one folks do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
It's all good. Make your leaves any way you know how to make leaves. See, that's different from that. If you don't know how to make leaves, it's not hard. Let me show you here, just in case somebody doesn't know. Can't take for granted everybody does know. Okay, here, it's a curve. Here, it's another curve. You can put add a stem if you want, and then you just color it in. I'll do it again. Yeah, I'll do it again. Here, here, here. And then they're here, right? Which basically looks like the same thing. Let's see if I can concoct something else. Here. Don't do that one. That was I'm sorry. Forget. It's not ugly, but we're not using it. Okay, this is fun. And I'm here with a bunch of nice people, and that makes it more fun. Okay, now you don't have to put flowers, not flowers, what do you call these, leaves everywhere. You put them where you want to put them. Okay, I'm going to do a few more, and then we're going to connect the asters, and I want to do something with that too. Okay, see? Gotta be careful when you putting your arm on the wet paint. I bet Bob Ross never did that. That's enough for that. Okay. Now, I mentioned that I want to connect the asters, and I wanted the asters to be a little darker, and I do see that my spoon is gone. And I'm only getting the spoon because my green ran out.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'll let y'all have a spoon. It ain't that deep. Okay, I got to go back to my green. This one. Because vines can be brownish. I guess they can be green, but they can also be brownish. So I have this middle cup with nothing, there's some dried up paint in it, but I'm going to transfer some green. Let's save an hour and do it like this. And then transfer some brown. Oops, and mix it. And that's going to give me a darker hue. It's not bad. It's more brownish. That's okay. That's more brownish green. Okay. Okay, I like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm looking because I don't want to get into nothing wet. So let's start here. For me, this is not wet. So you just take it and you curve. Okay, there you go. Curve it. Now we're going to try to get through here without touching this. Okay. Now we're going to do an extension here. Let me tell you about watercolor. See how this line is light? I want it darker. It's still wet. This is all you have to do. Go into your color and just touch it. And you will see, if it's still wet, you will see it bleed. It will move itself. You don't have to move it. But now I'm tracing my steps. Okay, here we go. Later on, because time is of the essence, I can't keep y'all here all day. Later on, I'm going to add a couple more asters in here. Maybe some up here as well. But there is something I want to do. I want to do this. I promised myself I would do that. What color is that? That was this one. Okay, let me show you. And then this is the last thing I'm going to do. And after this, you can add to it. Because you basically got the formula now. You can add to it. So what I'm going to do is, get that water off of there. That is not in the script. Okay. See, in between here, I'm going to go here. No, that's too much. Okay. And it'll show up, after it dries, it'll show up lighter. It'll be a contrast. Okay, well, there you go. And it looks really light, but it will show up. Make sure you stir your colors. Okay, and that's it for today.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
If you want to add, you can add. Can't take anything off though, hey, but you can add. And so we're finished. Sign it. You have to sign it. You got to sign it. Don't look. You got to. You have to. I learned that. I used to, oh my goodness, like, oh, this is just horrible. It's like, you got to sign it. And then you get to see how you've progressed over the years. I'm going to sign mine. I don't know what color I want to sign mine. You know what? Let's do blue. I'm gonna sign mine in blue. You don't have to sign yours in blue. You can sign it in black. That's traditional. You can sign it in brown. That's dark. You can use the orange, any of the colors that you've used. If you're gonna sign it, use one of the colors that you've used. I'm gonna use the blue because I've never signed anything in blue before. You can put your name, my signature name for my paintings. I've gone through a lot. I did Robin Y. Tate, which is a bit much, but that's what my name is. I did Robin, but that wasn't enough. And then I finally came to the conclusion after a few years, Robin's Joy, because I enjoy doing this. So that's how I'm gonna sign it. And sometimes in my signing, I was like, oh boy. And sometimes it's like, oh boy. You know, so we go here, here, here. I've learned that I cannot do good circles when it comes to my name. So I do it like I do the flower, kind of like an oval. And don't run and go to the bathroom, sign your picture. Uh-oh, uh-oh. And that's that. And so the two paintings do not look anything alike, and that's okay. We just wanted to do something nice and freeing and relaxing. And I hope this relaxed you and this gives you an idea. You know, you can do this too.
Okay, thank you, Robin.
I'm signing up. And you see you have a lot of white space in case you want to add.